Alright, so in this video I just want to share with you some important and useful information about the new weird Gynostemma extract that I just posted on HyperionHerbs.com. I'll explain exactly why I say it's a bit weird, how it's different than so many other extracts on the market, how it's different than the other extracts that I sell, and why it's really one of my favorite products right now. I'll also explain why I chose to carry it and why Gynostemma has been absent from the website for the better part of 8 or 9 months at this point. And then also, most importantly, how to use it to get the most benefits. So as you may or may not be aware, I've been selling Gynostemma as a loose leaf tea since maybe 2012, 2011, sometime around there, from many different sources, many different suppliers that I could find. And then after years, I really found one that was the absolute best. It was just head and shoulders exponentially greater than everything else on the market. And then I guess almost a year and a half ago at this point, the owner of that company actually died. And then there was this whole transition period where his family was taking over the business and the supply was not really available. So that's why I had to discontinue it from the website. So then once that source was kind of gone and done with, I started playing around with and trying to find really potent extracts that would still maintain the essence and the personality of Gynostemma, but also represent a much more economical and potent form of it that's easier to use, more user-friendly, and also something that's just more economical for me as a business and for, most importantly, the end user. And why I say this is because the package of Gynostemma extract that I sell on my website now has easily well over 300 doses or servings per bag. So the cost breaks down to like maybe 10 cents a dosage. So you're talking about 10 cents a dosage for the most potent adaptogen on the planet. And it's super easy to use. So the extract is actually so potent that the dosage size is about the size of 1 or 2 rice grains. And that's why I say it's weird, because it's such a small amount that it's so different than what people are used to doing and dosing with extracts, where they think in terms of teaspoons, or some people are crazy and they do tablespoons. So yeah, the dosage on it is about the size of 1 or 2 rice grains per 8 ounces of hot water. And really that's going to depend on maybe the person's tolerance or appetite for bitterness, because I found through my experimentation and trials that if you go beyond about that size for an 8-ounce cup, you start getting into more of the bitter components that are coming out, which some people are okay with. I notice if I do a heavier dose with food, I don't really taste it because I'm doing it with food, so the bitterness isn't really that noticeable. But if I'm just drinking it straight up as it is, I just do 1 or 2 rice grains, 8 ounces of hot water, instantly really potent form of Gynostemma tea that really, personally, I take 1 or 2 sips and it's like an instant sort of wave of calm moves through my body, and I feel things starting to relax. Like my blood flow start to improve, and like my extremities feel warmer. I feel my heart relax, my breathing relax, and just the body starts to recalibrate and find equilibrium. And that's noticeable, at least for me, from the very first few sips. And it's noticeable day or night, depending on when you take it. It will always kind of help restore you back to center. And that's why I think it's truly one of the only true adaptogens and one of the most potent herbs that I think works for the most people across the most circumstances most of the time. So having this extract means it's extremely easy to use. You just take a tiny, like fingernail clipping amount of the extract, mix it with 8 ounces of hot water, it dissolves right away, and you have a really potent, very aromatic cup of Gynostemma tea. And then one bag will have probably 300 or more servings, so like 10 cents or less of that, which is kind of crazy to think about. The most potent adaptogen on the planet in a really concentrated form that has, over 30% japanicides, which are the certain form of sapidins that are found in Gynostemma, of which there's, maybe 100 or 80, 88 to 100, depending on what literature you read. So you're getting 30% of those per dosage that you do. And I would, people can do higher dosages. I know people have. Personally, I've never found the need, because if I can get effects and benefits from that tiny amount, then I might as well just do that. And especially in terms of economics, it makes more sense, especially if we think about if it's like 10 cents a dosage, but then, I regularly do sales and discounts, or if people buy the 4-pack, which is a 20% discount, so that's even drops it down even lower, and then people do like a 20% bulk discount and then a promo code based on whatever monthly sale I'm doing. That's like, it starts to just kind of be crazy. So that's really what I wanted to do when I was trying to create the product, is make it very accessible, very budget friendly, also very easy to use, very user friendly, and also have a flavor profile that's pretty agreeable. It's kind of slightly sweet and slightly bitter and vegetal. It's not really too aggressive or too strong, and most people can tolerate it and enjoy it no problem. So I think it's a really great representation of what Gynostemma is, and it's just way easier, way more user friendly than having to deal with brewing tea and dealing with all of that stuff. And for me, it's something I've spent quite a lot of time working on and trying to decide what I was going to do in what direction. And it was a little bit of a stress, because Gynostemma is such a great herb and something that has had such an impact on me and a lot of my clients, and a lot of people have had a lot of very interesting health benefits that have arisen from consuming it. So if you want to learn more about that, the Gynostemma extract, you can check out the website, look at the link below. Also have multiple other videos on my YouTube channel talking about the benefits, and a lot of blog posts talking about that as well. So anyways, thanks again for watching. Again, if you want to learn more about the Gynostemma extract, you can check the link below or go to hyperionherbs.com. And remember, the dosage is like really only size of like a couple rice grains or like a fingernail clipping per 8 ounces of hot water. And again, you can adjust that to your personal preference in terms of taste and the effects that you're looking for. And start off with less, and you can always add more. But again, through my trial and experimentation, those are the dosages that I found to be very beneficial and effective. So anyways, thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you soon.